Good afternoon, Mr. Espinosa Jr. Thank you for joining us today. We just have a few questions for you.
Okay. What are your questions for me?
So we used to go to high school together. Joshua is an alumni from Veritas Academy. I was in ninth grade. You were a senior, right, Josh?
When I graduated.
So what are some of your highlights from your time at Veritas?
That's a great question. Yeah, Veritas, a lot of great memories. Particularly in the extracurricular and after-school stuff, since I was not the best student. I did not take school seriously, which was a mistake. But nonetheless, all of my best memories were extracurricular stuff, whether that was, being in flag football intramural, or even when we were doing the league stuff with, what was it, Chatham Academy. I guess this was before y'all's time anyway. We would play against like 3 other schools maybe, and that all fell apart. But yeah, doing flag football stuff and drama and mock trial, all those things were great. So if you're not in any kind of extracurricular after school program, I'd highly recommend you pick something, even if you're not sure if you'll enjoy it. It's a good thing to do. What extracurricular stuff do y'all do?
Right now, I am in art.
Just art?
Kind of unofficially in art. So I just
Freelance
show up.
artist.
I'm a freelance artist. Yeah. An independent contractor.
Yeah. Nice. And I know that he's a big flag football guy.
Flag football, basketball, mock trial, drama, chorale.
Yeah. We're gonna have a good.
What doesn't he do?
He's gonna have a good application on his college college resume. Yeah, what drama play is coming up for y'all?
We are doing The Wizard of Oz.
That's exciting. And you're Dorothy. Toto?
Dorothy.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember. And Oliver's making a star appearance as Toto, is that right?
Even though he's not
Yeah,
drama.
Right, star appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah, guest star.
They begged me, so I was like, okay.
Yeah, he's like, I guess I can
Soccer.
spare one art class that I don't have to be at.
No, I'm not going into any rehearsals though. I'm just only the final thing.
Because it's just Toto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How hard could it be?
No.
Easy. Yeah. Sounds like you're in Kansas anymore.
Just that natural. He called you a dog. That's funny. So you have any other questions? Yeah, so I mean, Veritas is great. I enjoyed my time there. If I had to redo it, I would not be too sad, really. A lot of good memories, some bad memories. That was my fault. So yeah, nothing that wasn't self-inflicted. So yeah, I like Veritas a lot. Good times, good friends. That's one of the great things about Veritas is the small classes. So you get to know everyone in your class. You have to get to know everyone in your class. You have to become friends with them, or else you're gonna have a really miserable time. You're gonna be like, I'm glad I wasn't in Edison's class, because he would have been hard to get along with.
Exactly.
I feel for all the others in Edison's class and Edison's family. There's Clay back there. Yeah, but anyway, no, seriously, that's one of my favorite things about Veritas was just we had the biggest graduating class ever in
12.
Veritas history. 12. That's
12.
more fingers than I
Crazy
have.
numbers.
You gotta start using toes to count all that. But no, it was great. I'm friends with friends with all of them the whole time. So it was cool. It's a great thing. Yeah. Any other questions?
So you graduated, and a year later, you went to Africa to serve in a Rafiki village. How did Veritas help prepare you for that experience?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, so I was at a missionary school, missionary organization in Malawi, Africa. So the organization is called the Rafiki Foundation. I was there serving at their classical Christian school. And what I learned was that having that classical Christian education, having that background in classical Christian education, having that experience prepares you to be able to really talk with anyone, to be able to have conversations, to be able to have articulate conversations, to speak with confidence, not just to introduce yourself to people or ask questions, but to be able to listen to responses, to answer questions, to ask intelligent questions, to learn from other people. they speak English in Malawi, but there's still going to be a language barrier since it's their second language and it's British English. So there's still that language barrier, and there are times when there's clearly, you're not understanding each other. But just everything that you learn in, especially the upper school, with logic and rhetoric, and having to think outside the box, having to think on your feet, prepares you for having conversations with anyone about whatever topic might come up. Prepares you for dealing with all kinds of people as well, whether that be more important people in the government, or even whether it's in my experience, there were local chiefs of the local villages who I would talk with, who I would go and bring some of our Rafiki orphan kids to go spend some time with other village kids, and just having to interact with them, and having to pick up on different social cues and different protocols that you're not familiar with, because it's completely different culture. So yeah, really just being able to, I'm not going to say fake it till you make it, but to be prepared, and confident for whatever communication, conversations you find yourself in.
So after serving in Africa, you obviously came back to Veritas, and now you're doing things like PE and Zipcast and other projects. So what made that shift happen? Why are you back here after only a year in Africa, right?
Right. So I signed the contract with the Rafiki Foundation for a year, and so that's why I had to leave, just because that's what I raised money for. So I was there for my year, and then why am I back at Veritas? Because the headmaster offered me a job, and I was more than happy to take him up. I love the direction Veritas is going in. I like the headmaster a lot. It seems like he's done a lot of great stuff, and he's got a great vision for the school. So, yeah, I'm glad to be able to serve Veritas in this way, to be able to give back to my school. That even if I didn't really take it seriously when I was in school, looking back, definitely seeing, all right, yeah, this is an awesome education. This was an awesome place. Definitely worth giving back to, worth putting time and effort into. Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. I love teaching PE. I love being able to help out with the Zipcast and other projects, like you mentioned. Just whatever the headmaster needs that I can be available for.
Okay. One last question.
Oh my.
How has Veritas prepared you for, first Africa,
I already answered that.
now working at Veritas, and thirdly, I guess, going into the Marine Corps?
Whoa! Spoiler alert! I can't answer the third one yet because I don't know how it's prepared me for that, since I...
True. That's fair.
Who
Who wrote this script?
There's nothing about the Marine Corps in here. You just made that up. Hey. Whoops. There's no script.
New question.
New question. No. How had going through Veritas prepared me for working at Veritas?
Sure. I think that's the only one that applies.
Because I already answered the first one, and I can't answer the third one. Sure. Yeah, what I would like to be able to do is just encourage students that everything they're being taught at Veritas is actually helpful, even when it seems pointless or overly repetitive. Like, it felt like a lot for me was just all you hear about every day is truth, goodness, beauty, blah, 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 whatever, great conversation, great books, all this, that you're just, inculcated with. And it gets repetitive, monotonous, but it's super valuable because there's really nothing better to be to be filled with during the day. We're filled with the scriptures. We're filled with the wisdom of the scriptures and of the ancients, and looking at it all from a biblical viewpoint, which is super important.
Well, thank you for joining us today. Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below who should interview next.
And tune into the Zipcast every
And,
Monday morning.
If
Where
you
we learn
want,
about
you
all
can-
kind of, what does the script say?
classical education and other events going around.
To learn
Veritas.
more about the importance of classical education, I should say classical Christian education, and what else is happening around Veritas.
Just a quick